Okay, today we're going to create a works cited page using a couple citations from citationmachine.net. The first thing we're going to do is left click and type the words works cited at the top of our page. Now we want to change this a little bit to make it standard with the type of format that we're looking for this project. Keep in mind, different teachers may want your works cited format just a little bit differently. But for this project right here, and as a general rule of thumb, this is how works cited pages should be formatted. So we have the words works cited at the top. What we want to do is, you'll notice this is the font and the font size, and we're going to go ahead and change this to Arial, and we're going to make it a 12-point font. So we're going to make it a little bigger, a little bit different font size, or font type. In addition to that, we want to center these two words in the center of the paper. Now, instead of hitting the space bar a few times, what we can actually do is, in the paragraph ribbon, there is the option to center. You'll notice as you move your cursor, align to the left, align to the center, and align to the right. We want to align this to the center. And the last thing we want to do is we want the works cited, we want these words underlined. If you come over here to the capital U with the underline underneath it, and as you put the cursor over top, you can see it comes up underlined, left click, and now we have works cited, the words works cited in Arial font, 12-point, in the center of the page, and it's underlined. Next, I'm going to bring in two different citations that we made from citationmachine.net. The citations should actually go ahead and be aligned to the left of the page. So I'm going to hit align text to the left, and then I'm going to copy and paste a couple citations in there. I already made these up. They're completely fake and made up. As you can see, Mr. Poynton's the author of this particular citation, which isn't true. And then we're going to hit enter once, and another citation I made that was written by Joe Schmo. We're also going to bring that in. Now, the important part of what I want to see before we change anything else is you'll notice that this right here is all one citation, and it is only single spaced. And we know this because we can come up here to line spacing and take a look at it. You see how the one's checked. If anything but the one's checked, it'll spread out. So if we wanted to make it double spaced, obviously you can see the difference, but we're not looking to double space within this same citation. So we want to highlight the whole citation, the whole website, the whole book, whatever it is you're citing, and we want to keep that single spaced. Now we come back here, check to make sure the second one's single spaced up to line spacing, and we can see that single spaced as well. Now, between the two, so this is our first citation, this is our second citation, between the two citations we want double space. And we can easily see just by looking, we don't have to click anything, that there's clearly more space between the two citations than there is in each individual citation. So in terms of line spacing, we're good to go. There's one last thing we need to do. When you indent a works cited page, you don't indent the first line, you indent all the lines after it. So this line and this line both needs to be indented. However, if we hit the tab button, you'll notice the entire line comes in. We don't want that. So what we can do is, you'll notice there's a triangle with a square right here up at the guidelines. If you don't see these, all you need to do is go to View and hit Ruler. Now that takes them off. If I go back to go to View, hit Ruler again, you'll notice they pop back up. What we need to do is we need to take this bottom triangle with this bottom square, and we're going to move it over just a ½ inch. Now the top triangle might try to go along with it. If it does, left click just the top triangle, drag it back, and there you go. Now you'll notice that the top triangle's here where the blue and the white meet, and you'll notice that is where Poynton's lined up. The triangle with the square is a ½ inch indented in, and that's where the second line will now line up. If we click back on this line, you'll notice that the margins have changed again, or the indent has changed again. So we're just going to drag just the bottom triangle and the bottom square, and that's going to let us slide the second line in for each citation. If for whatever reason there'd be a third or fourth line, if you have a really long citation, every line needs to be indented after the first line. So this is a basic way to format your works cited page and correctly have a hanging indent for each citations.